Hi, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we're going to talk about Sun Steeped by Shannon Christie, a golden hour infused affirmation deck. So, the golden hour, for anybody who doesn't know, is the time just before sunset or just after sunrise when the sun is red in the sky and it gives you that sort of golden glow across the sky. That's the time that photographers and um, I don't know, lighting people call the golden hour. And this deck is, it says it's infused with it. And I think what they mean by that is that it covers a lot about, the affirmations are a lot about transitions, beginnings and endings, and, phases of life. Also, there's a lot of very warm imagery and energy in the deck. So it says Sun Steeped is an affirmation deck and guidebook that shines a light on every nook and cranny of our innermost selves, exploring themes of wonder and new beginnings. It's a tool for learning new lessons, finding your flow, and harvesting the power of the sun. It captures the transformative moments of sunrise and sunset that empower and inspire us to grow into our best selves. So we have so it's a nice sturdy beveled edge box. This is a Red Wheel Weiser publication. This is Red Wheel. And it says peace can be found in the present moment. Comes with a small guidebook. There are 55, let me see, 54 full color cards and 64-page color guidebook. Those are the really adorable backs. And you have your little daisy. And in the beginning, you have a contents that gives you, the cards are all numbered, so they're easy to find. But then you can also, if you just wanted to choose by the affirmations, they're all there. And then in the preface, she kind of tells you where the idea for this deck sprang from, and she talks about a um, a tomb that she saw that Michelangelo sculpted in the 1500s, and she said that it was a full body likeness of Giuliano, I think is how you say it, de Medici or Medici, a feature of marble with a full body likeness flanked by two figures representations of day and night. And she said, of all the things to put on a grave, I am enamored by the immortalization of two opposing forces. The personifications of sun and moon isn't novel, but to have it on a tomb of a singular person is deeply thought provoking. Perhaps there are a sun self and a moon self that sit with all of us, equally beautiful, equally necessary. She said the moon's energy is grounded, thoughtful, quieter, contemplative, and perhaps broody. We had ample time for those things in 2020, and it's time to let them rest for another day. The cards in this deck were created in the spring and summer of 2021, capturing the personified aspects of the sun and pushing them into my own version of their immortalization. So she does have a disclaimer here. While I have a professional background in psychology and some of the perspectives and cards constructed in this deck are from both that experience as well as my own lived experience with mental health, I am not a therapist and do not claim to be. Please use these cards as a positive supplement to your daily wellness practice and not as a one stop shop for your mental health. If you are struggling, please seek the therapeutic services you need to feel well. And she goes on to give some information on how you can find a therapist if you need one. So here are what the write-ups look like. All of them are the same. So you have the number of the card and the affirmation that's on the card, and all that's on the card. Then you have a little kind of sample of the imagery that's on the card without the background, without some of the other imagery. And then you have some advice here to go along with it or some thoughts for you to consider. So this one says, number 2, there's so much potential for me to grow. And you can see this, I think it's a daisy growing out of this book. It looks like to me. And then it says, no matter how old or young you are, no matter where you live or what you do for a living, you always have the power to compost old stories to let new things bloom. If you draw this card, let this be an affirmation that your abilities are boundless and that it is very possible you haven't noticed all the teeny seedlings of potentiality popping up in your day to day. Pay attention more. You might not know what even the smallest sprouts can create. So, and they're all like that all the way to the end. And then in the back, You have about the author. So here are the charming and beautiful bags. I just love these bags. So sweet and serene, and they make me want a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and to just sit with the hot drink and my deck and maybe even, I don't know, a book or a journal. I don't know. They make me want to sit and be still. Each one has a little number in the corner down there. You'll need that for the guidebook. Look what's right on top. That's wonderful. It's this one we read from the guidebook. So there you go. There's so much potential for me to grow. I can find home anywhere I go. Love that her home is in her, it's within her there. I am present with my cycles of sunshine and moon time. I am enough. I take time to rest and recharge. I would say a good amount of these, like this one, are things that I've seen in other affirmation decks with new imagery. I definitely love the imagery on this one. I'm very happy with it. I think it's so beautiful. And it goes with so many decks. Everything I put it with, it's very amenable, this deck, for some reason. But there are some in here that do, even though they may say something similar to what I have in my other affirmation decks, the way they're said, I take what life throws at me and have fun with it. I find the time to play. What I seek is seeking me. I only seek out a full body yes. I love this one. And even in the guidebook, I'll just read it now instead of waiting. I love the guidebook message for this one. It said, your own body is one of your greatest sources of intelligence and guidance for yourself. And this card wants to remind you to tap into it for decision making. Have you been doing things lately that haven't felt like an enthusiastic and emphatic yes? Have you been able to hold boundaries up when something doesn't feel like that total and complete yes? What does a yes even feel like in your body in the first place? Wherever you need to begin or continue with when it comes to being in tune with what a yes feels like, now is the time to check in. Make a list, journal about it, take action on your yeses. I love that. What does a yes? It made me think about what does a yes feel like in my body, you know? I am grounded and confident in my capabilities. I give space for my inner guidance to speak. I welcome this next season of my life. Very, very beautiful artwork. And somehow it's warm and it feels like, candlelight and warm sun on my face, but then it also feels kind of grounded and earthy because of all the plant life and the vines that are weaving through everything. Here we have some fruit. My word is golden. Looks like some lemons here, or maybe even some oranges. So I wanted to try this with the Earthwoman Oracle. I tried it with a couple of other decks. It seems to go with everything I put it with so far. I'll show you guys, but um, I wanted to also try it with the Earthwoman Oracle just to see. So we'll try it together. I take my emotions out for tea to help me see what I need to see. I love that. When the sun sets, I make my own light. I love this one. I saw this one when I opened the deck and I just was in love with that one. I am not afraid to get in the dirt to get my flowers to grow. I take what narratives I was taught and flip them on their heads. I settle for nothing less than people who help me shine. I had my strength within me the whole time. I had my home within me. I had my strength within me. I carry the things inside of me that I need. Talking about breaking cycles, realigning your thought process, knowing that your strength is within you, setting up boundaries, that kind of thing. I am a beacon of light in my community. I nurture myself within when I feel the dark. When my cup runneth over, I pour into others. I do things because they make me happy, and that's okay. I am gentle with my ever growing self. I pulled this one and thought it was so beautiful. This green woman. It was like she's in these vines and they're growing, and she's just being very still in it and just waiting for the time when they release, not trying to pull them loose, not trying to break free. She's just allowing it to happen. And then you have this third eye open while it's happening. I just thought this was really beautiful. And the artwork, when you're looking at it, because there's not a ton of lines, you know, may seem simple, but it's actually quite symbolic on a lot of the cards. I am proud of who I've grown into. I tend and harvest in equal measure. I pulled this one at some point as well. I loved it. I allow my truth to flow like water. I trust the universe to bring me what I am ready for. I get inspired by the world around me. I plant seeds that bloom with patience and sunlight. I wake up with gratitude for a new day of opportunities. I love that she's in like her blanket are these giant blades of grass. I'm brave enough to ask for what I want. Each detour brings me the lessons needed. I clear the path of the old to make way for the new. I clear away the noise to ask myself what I really need. And that's the last one. So the cardstock is a satin matte with an anti-scratch coating, nice and bendy, bouncy cardstock. This is my favorite mass market cardstock that's out there currently. This is what I call the rubbery stock. It's hard to explain, but it's just nice and bouncy, and I like it. But this is, it is bendy and soft. Love the sound it makes when I shuffle. It's just my favorite. I take what life throws at me and have fun with it. The 9. So here are the write-ups if you'd like to read. So it says, have you found yourself taking life too seriously lately? Sometimes when we're juggling a lot in a little amount of time, the magic of life tends to dull its shine. And even the things we do to stay happy just don't hit like they used to. This card invites you to inject a little fun into your days again. Use this affirmation to look at a new day with fresh eyes. Take what comes with curiosity and amusement and see where the opportunities for play can be injected. View obstacles as challenges and not just obstacles. Life gets more entertaining that way. I really enjoy the conversational tone of the guidebook. It feels like a friend or buddy is chatting with me when I open it up. And the messages are nice and short and easy to just read very quickly. It's nice for a coffee time or a tea time or just like a little break. It's wonderful. And it's soft and just kind of what I've been wanting right now. So I can see myself using this pretty much all summer. I think that this deck goes very well with anything with a soft art style. So if the art is nice and soft or the colors are soft, it goes well with this deck. Everything I've tried anyway. So we can look at this one with it. This is the Little Hermit's Tarot. Push Kitty. I don't have the box out right now because I've been using this deck for Cancer season, but it's an indie deck, and I'll put links for everything that you're seeing here in the description box below. So we have Queen of Coins with the 6 of Coins, and I'm never going to get it perfect, so I might as well be free. Love that. So as opposed to thinking about giving and taking and what's going to happen, am I giving right? Am I taking right? Am I taking care of people in the way that they need to be? I'm not going to get it perfect. So just give with your heart and receive with your heart and just be free. Let it be free after that. I forgive myself for past mistakes with the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. Oops. When the sun sets, I make my own light. Look at the sun here and the 8 of Coins. 4 of Swords with the 3 of Swords. I give space for my inner guidance to speak. I love this. It's like, you know what? I'm not fighting with you. I'm just going to go within, or I'm going to the beach. Like, I'm not even fooling with you right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Another one that I enjoy with it is Tarot of the Golden Wheel. This is a new deck in my collection, but every time I think of sun and sunny decks, I think of this deck, and it's mostly because of of the backs. So I had to try them together and I did like it. I thought it was good. So we have the King of Cups with the Nine of Wands, and I clear the path of the old to make way for the new. Peace can be found in the present moment with the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. And this is like quite a few wheels, and the timing, and thinking about a wheel and a ticking of the time with the Tower. And it's like maybe, you're waiting for the shoe to drop, but we need to be staying in the moment, right? I am grounded and confident in my capabilities with the Page of Cups and the Sun. I only seek out a full body yes with the Queen of Wheels, which is Pentacles, I believe, and then the Four of Swords. And finally, the Devil and the Knight of Cups with when my cup runneth over, I pour into others. So that is the Tarot of the Golden Wheel with it. This is the one I've been dying to try with it. This is the Earthwoman Tarot by Taryn Ellis. What I seek is seeking me with the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles. Let's see how they look. The Earthwoman Tarot is a earthy deck, but also very emotional and watery, I think. It's very feminine. And this one I feel like is a watery fire deck. And I think that that's perfect because it is meant to be about transitions and about that time when there's a change, right? So if you're thinking about the sunrise or the sunset and water and fire, it kind of feels perfect to me, I tend and harvest in equal measure, Ten of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Tending and harvesting, cutting it loose. I love it. Love it, love it. I am proud of who I've grown into with the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I like this. It's pretty. And I think it will be fine to read with it. I find that this oracle or this affirmation deck it's amenable. It wants to go with everything. It just wants to be friends with everybody. And everything I put it with, it really just kind of works. So let's try another one. Let's try the Tarot of Oneness. Something about this deck and the warmth of it reminds me of this Tarot of Oneness. Um, so I think they're going to be a nice pair. Add a few more cards here. Okay. I settle for nothing less than people who help me shine with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I think. Yes, the Ten of Swords. So it's like, I'm cutting people off. They've broken my heart enough times, and I'm settling for nothing less than what I deserve in my relationships from now on. The Lovers with the Four of Pentacles, and I come alive with the things that make me feel golden. Ooh. But don't hold on too tight because you also have to make yourself feel golden sometimes. The Chariot with Inspiration of Wands. Inspiration is the page, I think. I don't remember because it's been a while. I allow my truth to flow like water. I don't know if this is the page or the Queen. Let me look in this little book. Hang on. Yeah, page. Page of Wands with the Chariot, and I allow my truth to flow like water. I can find home anywhere I go with strength and the action of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. There's so much potential for me to grow with the Four of Swords and the Six of Wands. And let's just do one more. The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands with I let the light in everywhere I can. So what do you guys think of that pairing? I think I could work with this, to be honest. I think this might be my favorite pair I've seen with the Tarot of Oneness so far. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta think back, but that's what I'm thinking. So the last one today is this one, the Black Seed Tarot. I really like this. I tried these together and I just thought this was the sweetest reading. So I really love this and I just wanted to show it. And this will be the last one I show today. So we have the King of Wands and the Eight of Wands with I open every door and window to the daylight. I can be my own mentor with the Three of Swords and the Ace of Cups. I can love myself. I can bring my own blessings today when people let me down or when anything lets me down. I wake up with gratitude for a new day of opportunities with Judgment and the Four of Cups. Look at this little lion and his paws. I think this deck is so cute. The Moon and the World with I am ready to receive the information that this phase of life is giving me with the Moon and the World. Love it. The Two of Cups and Ace of Wands. I plant seeds that bloom with patience and sunlight. My word is golden with the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands. And let's just do one more. Look at this cute little fox. Her artwork is adorable. I have quite a few of these decks by Teresa Hutch. I have three. I think this will be my third one, and I just like her artwork. Three of Cups with a Nine of Wands. I am not afraid to get in the dirt, to get my flowers to grow with the Three of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So yeah, this is one I used and really liked. And yeah, I think that's the last one I'm going to show today. So see what I mean by it like wants to play with everything. I could sit here all day and do this, but we got to go. I got to get out of here. These thunderclaps are getting serious over here. All right, so that's Sun Steeped. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will put links in the description box below where you can pick it up if you're interested. It is a Red Wheel Weiser. It's a Red Wheel Weiser publication, so you can get it directly from the publisher. But I always use Amazon affiliate links down below. If you're going to buy from Amazon, I appreciate it when you guys use the links. Helps me out. Doesn't cost you a thing. You just need to log in after you've clicked the link below and put it in your cart. After you do that, after you log in and click the link and they credit me, appreciate it. There'll be links down there for everything that you saw here today. So even if it can't be found on Amazon, I'll put the links. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I would love to have you. You can also find other things in my description box below, so click around if you have time. And until I see you next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.